Hi guys, this is Coach Grace from Learn Gymnastics. Today I'm going to be showing you some things to do while you're at home and not at the gym, just so you can keep up all those gymnastic skills. These will be for intermediate and advanced kids, so go ahead and follow along at home. Before you guys follow along with me here, you're going to want to warm up. And so by that, you guys can do like jumping jacks, you can do frog jumps. If you have space in your house or outside, you can go run around. Just make sure you get warmed up before we start stretching. If you don't have space outside, you can do like 50 jumping jacks in place. That way, you're still just as warm. For high knees, you're going to get your knees up as high as you can. Make sure you're using your running arms and getting your knees up really high. Go ahead and do that for 30 seconds, and once you're done, go ahead and hop back in and join me here. The next thing we can do is frog jumps. So remember, for frog jumps, you're going to touch the ground, jump as high as you can in the air, and you're going to try to do 10 of those. After you've done 10 of those, we're going to do our releves. Remember, our releves, our legs are straight, our legs are glued together, and our hands are on our hips. So you're going to do 10 releves. Make sure you're getting your heels up and off of the ground. Don't just go like this. It's not very high. It's not really going to help too much. So after releves, we're going to do some punches. Make sure your legs are glued together. Legs are still straight. Hands still stay on your hips. Make sure you guys are doing these on a soft surface. So somewhere like some carpet if you have some, or some grass outside if you have some, but probably not on hardwood or tile. I don't want you guys hurting your feet or yourself. That would be no good. So make sure you have your hands on your hips. You're going to start with your releves. Go up and lower and get a little bit faster and faster until you start punching in the air, pushing through your toes, and then freezing. So next up, you guys are going to do some piked push-ups. So remember, for our piked push-ups, you're going to be in a mountaintop position. So bottoms in the air, arms straight. You're going to try and bend your arms, touch your head to the ground, and come back up. So make sure you're going to be in a mountaintop position, touch your head, come back up. Your goal is to do 10 of those. After that, you're going to do shoulder shrugs in the same position. So staying in your mountaintop position, you're going to relax your shoulders, then push them up into your ears and come down. Push them up into your ears and come down. Make sure you guys do 10 of those as well. After your shoulder shrugs, you can do a quick calf stretch. So the calf is right here on your leg, back of your leg. You're going to push your foot down toward the ground, try and get your heel to touch the ground so you feel a stretch right through here. Go ahead and do both legs evenly, and then you can go back down into your seal stretch. Make sure you're trying to press your hips toward the ground. If you want, you can try and touch your feet to your head. I can't, but I'm sure some of you guys can at home. After our seal stretch, you guys are going to do some push-ups. So for regular push-ups, make sure you're in the correct position. So your bottom should be squeezing. This isn't a push-up position. This isn't a push-up position. This is our proper push-up position. So you're going to go down and up. 10 push-ups. After our 10 push-ups, you're going to go out into your cat stretch. So walking your hands out in front of you, sticking your bottom way up in the air, and pushing your shoulders toward the ground. Just feel a stretch right through here. After you're done with that stretch, we're going to do some ab conditioning, something to get our abs working. So you're going to go onto your bottom, keep your feet glued to the ground. You're going to do sit-ups. You're going to come up, touch your toes, and come back down. Your goal is to do 10 of them. Make sure your feet stay glued to the ground and you're sitting up all the way, not pushing off the ground to get yourself up. After that, we're going to do hollow holds. So for our hollow hold, we're going to be in this position, arms out to our side by our ears, just not grabbing our legs or behind us, because that's not going to help. Goal is to hold for 20 seconds. If you can, hold longer. If you can't, try to just work up to that 20 seconds. After you're done with that, your goal is to do some rocks. So our rocks shouldn't be like this big. That's not going to do anything for us. They're a little small. Just back a little bit and come back up. Make sure your feet don't touch the ground. Keep them up the whole time. Try to do 10 rocks. Next up, we're going to do some stretching. So we're going to start with our pike stretch. Keeping our feet out in front of us. Make sure our toes are pointed. And then try and flex your feet. And point. And flex. And try and point one and flex one. And switch. And switch. And point both. And reach down as far as you can out. Make sure those legs stay really straight as you go out. Make sure you're holding each stretch for 10 to 15 seconds so you get a good stretch in. We are going to do some bridges. So for our bridges, remember, don't come down on the top of your head. It's no good for your neck. And make sure when you're pushing up, your feet are flat on the floor and your hands are also flat on the floor. You're going to push up as tall as you can and hold for 5 seconds and do some rocks. Hopefully your bridge looks better than mine does. Make sure your shoulders are open as far as you can get them. Also remember to stretch your splits. So remember to come up onto your knees, Put one leg out in front of you straight and reach down. Make sure this front leg is straight when you do this. Then also we can do our bent leg stretch and our lunge. Make sure this knee isn't over this ankle or it's not very good for our bodies. Make sure our chest is up. Then after holding that, you guys can slide out into your splits. Make sure you keep one hand on either side of your body and your back knee turned underneath. Once you're done with your first leg, you can do your second leg as well. Same thing, start straight leg, reach forward, hold that for 10-15 seconds, bend your leg, lean forward, make sure your knee does not go over your ankle, chest is up, hold 10 to 15 seconds, and slide out into your other leg split. Still think about keeping one hand on either side of your body, legs straight, and keep your back knee turned underneath you. Then for our last split, it's our middle splits, so make sure we're doing these too. So you go up into your straddle, slide out into your middle split. You can also go down onto your elbows. Keep your legs straight, knees pointed up toward the ceiling, toes pointed. Try to hold that for 10 to 15 seconds, or if you want a longer stretch, you can hold it for longer. That's it for our stretching and warm-up video. Hope this helps you guys stay in gymnastic shape while we're on this long break. All right, bye.